Okay, there's a function. We want to express it as a composite. What do we mean by a composite? It says a composite of two functions. Okay, probably won't ask you to do composite of anything more than two, but I could. That's like an f of g of x, right? So what's f of x and what's g of x? Well, first function would be just a 6x squared minus 6x minus 4. So I give you x, you can instantly evaluate that, right? I mean, it wouldn't be instant, but you know exactly what to do. You can evaluate that. So if you know x, you can find 6x squared minus 6x minus 4. So if you know x, g of x is the first thing you do to it, right? So g of x is this, right? Now what do you do to g of x? Well, we say now the function g of x raised to the 2/3. Because g of x is this thing. G of x stands for this, right? Okay, so what does f of x have to be in order that f of g of x be equal to this? Well, f of x has to be x to the 2/3. Check this. F of g of x equals what? Well, f of x is x to the 2/3, so f of g of x has to be g of x to the 2/3. And now what's g of x? It's this. And that then equals 6x squared minus 6x minus 4. Okay? So, you've got to review composites, review them. If you don't know how to get from the f of x, I couldn't find f of x, the f of x and g of x functions to this, that's a big problem because we've spent a lot of time on that back in the early part of the course. Okay? And you got to get that straight. You certainly have to be able to do that. And I think y'all are pretty good with that. Now, then recognizing what two functions you would need in order to make this work just takes a little practice. Functions are not going to be that tricky. It's going to be mostly basic functions and maybe polynomials and stuff. Okay? Not going to be terribly difficult. But you have to know what to look for and know how to find it. Again, if you need practice. All kinds of practice on the internet. You got your text. Okay? You got a section on composites. Make sure you've got it. Or review what we did back in mid to late January.